If you do not fap, you will become successful. If you do not fap, then all the women are going to be attracted to you. If you do not fap, your life will change. You will have more energy and you'll have more muscles and you'll be more inspired. I have a lot of problem with this no fap movement, and I will tell you what's the dangers in it. Because if you just go and do it blindly, you might put yourself in a lot of trouble. And I will tell you exactly what I mean by that. The problem with human beings is that we like everything black and white. Either you fap or you no fap. There's no middle ground. I think it comes because our brains, they're just too lazy to think about, okay, let's have some balance here. Like, why is no fap good? Why is fapping good? People don't like to have a middle ground. They like the extreme. I can definitely agree that there are specific situations where the no fap is actually good for you. And I'm gonna list some of those, okay? The obvious one is if you're in a relationship or you're married or you have a girlfriend, obviously fapping is gonna affect your relationship and it might actually destroy your relationship. Trust me, I've been through that and I'm talking from experience. Because what you're doing is you're tricking your brain with some material that is pretty much unrealistic, and you're tricking your brain to get this dopamine kick from that material instead of getting it from your girlfriend. Now, obviously, if you go online, you can find pretty much the most extreme things you're looking for, and eventually you're gonna pretty much be aroused way more by those things than by your girlfriend. Doesn't matter how hot she is, trust me, you lose interest because all the production that goes into doing the porn and the angles, even if you experience those experiences in real life, you're not gonna even see the same things because where the camera is positioned is not where you are positioned. So it's pretty much tricking your brain to think that that is sex and what you're having is not as interesting. In that specific situation, obviously, if you're fapping, you're pretty much cheating, because the way I look at it is that you and your girlfriend both need sex, right? And you're going on the same track, right? And so if you need sex once a day or once every 3 days, whatever. So if you're not fapping, then you're having sex at the same time, every time. However, if you're fapping, then you're pretty much cheating. So if you need sex, let's say every 3 days, and you're fapping the second day, the one day before, then you're probably not gonna need sex at the third day, and she's gonna need sex. And she's gonna be like, well, what's going on? Like, why are we not having sex? Am I not attractive for you or what? And the thing is that you're not gonna be in the mood. You're not gonna be attracted to her just because you basically cheated with your porno. This will create a problem. And in this specific situation, no fap is actually a good thing for the relationship. Another example where no fap can be good is if you are completely addicted to porn. You're jerking off like 10 times per day. I don't know how many times, but this is pretty much all you do. Instead of working, you're jerking off. You're pretty much sick. You're pretty much addicted to that. Then obviously going on a no fap is just gonna do good for you, right? It's gonna remove this addiction, remove that negative thing that you're getting from it. Now that's another example. However, if you look at the rest of the situations, going on completely no fap might actually do you harm. And I will tell you exactly what I mean by that. Okay, so if you are young, to the point where you need sex pretty much regularly, you're getting horny regularly and you need that, and you go on a no fap, right? You're gonna be horny AF and you're gonna be attracted to pretty much anything that moves. Is that a good thing? Is that a good thing that you're just attracted to any girl? I don't think it's a good thing. Well, depends what your goals are. If your goal is to bang as many girls as possible and you don't really care about having a relationship or any deeper connection or anything like that, perhaps that's good for you, this no fap thing. So you're gonna be just banging as many girls as you want. But if you're looking for a relationship, you know, you don't go shopping at the supermarket hungry. You know, if you go shopping hungry, You're just gonna eat whatever. You're gonna eat junk food. The same applies to dating. If you're going to the supermarket and you're completely horny till up here, any girl that looks slightly attractive, doesn't matter how bad her personality is, her background, what she does in her life, she's gonna look very appealing for you. And the problem with that is not only that, but you might actually start thinking about her in a serious way just because you're so horny and she can give you what you're looking for. So this is the problem when you're going on a no fap. When you're going on completely no fap, you're gonna get rage sometimes. You're gonna be frustrated sometimes. And you don't really know what to do with yourself. I'll give you an example. If you're going on a no fap and it's taking you a while before you find the girls that you gonna do your urges with, right? You're gonna get very angry sometimes and very frustrated, which gonna lead to you being aggressive with people around you, be it physical or verbal. One thing, you might be losing relationships, friends, family, or whatever. The second part is that you might be scaring girls off with your aggression. You just need something. You're not enjoying it, you need it. You know, there's a big difference when you're interacting with a girl and you're just enjoying the interaction. When you're interacting with a girl and all you're thinking about is, I need to get my satisfaction here, to have sex with her. And if you're going with that goal in mind, it's gonna be very difficult for you to get to that goal because it's gonna be obvious. She's gonna see that. You're not really there for the interaction. You're not gonna be enjoying the date. You're not gonna be paying attention to what she's saying. You're just gonna be focused on, I wanna bang this girl. And that will cause you even more problems. And that'll probably mean that you're not gonna bang this girl for longer period, or you're just not gonna bang girls in general for longer period. I can understand the problem with the no fap, which is you basically start to have fantasies and you start expecting things from sex that are pretty much impossible to achieve in real life. Threesomes, whatever you're into, whatever your fetish is, that can be a problem. However, they never tell you, they don't mention the porn part, okay? Fap does exist if you don't watch porn, or if you don't watch like super extreme porn, whatever you want. That release can exist, and that release can exist in moderation, let's put it this way. So it does not have to be 5 times every day, right? 5 times every day is going to affect your dopamine levels, it's going to affect your testosterone levels, your motivation. It's going to affect a lot of things. Obviously, that's the absolute extreme, right? But who says that you have to do only extreme? That's what I'm talking about. So there is middle ground. What if you do fap once every 3 days, for example, or once a week, that you get the release the pressure once every 3 days? What's wrong with that? Okay, you might say, okay, like that porn, you know, is gonna fuck up your mind. Okay, fine. Let's do without porn. How much better your life will be? How much more focused you will be? Because if you don't do that, all you're gonna be thinking about is sex. You're just not gonna be focused on your work. The relationships around you are gonna be fucked up. Like my problem with the nofap is that it is super extreme. And there's no black and white. The people that survived, or the species that survived the most amount of time, according to Darwin, not according to me, is the species that fit in the environment, that adapted to the environment. What I'm talking about here is that you need to understand your situation and adapt to it. If you just go and you're like blindly no fap and not thinking about the consequences, what is it gonna affect you? How are you feeling? Just like, oh, there's a guy on YouTube that said you should not fap, only like losers fap, and you're just gonna follow blindly, there's a big chance that's gonna affect you negatively. And I'm always thinking to myself, okay, extreme fap is pretty bad, and no fap is pretty difficult. It's not realistic, you know? So let's find a middle ground in which we can function properly without affecting our lives negatively. And again, I mentioned a few cases where fapping would affect you negatively, and going on a completely no fap is actually good for you. Example, you have a relationship and you're getting regular sex. You don't need fap, obviously. You're getting your release, right? But if you're a single guy you have your business, you're actually searching for the one. You're searching for a serious relationship. Going on a no-fap will probably cause you harm rather than good. You're gonna be attracted to any girls that is slightly attractive, you know, and you're gonna be thinking about her in a serious way because you're at pain, because you are so uncomfortable. And you're just like, okay, if she solves my problem, I'm just gonna stick with her because she knows how to solve my problem. But your problem you could have solved by yourself easily. But you just decided that you don't want to solve it by yourself. So if she solves my problem, doesn't matter how bad she is as a person, I'm gonna be comfortable. It's gonna feel good regardless of what kind of person she is, and I'm just gonna stick with her. Think what is right for you. Don't just go following something to the extreme. I have no idea about like extreme cases of guys that just went on no-fap and killed somebody or killed themselves or did something stupid. I have no idea. But I can tell you that after 6-7 days, you're gonna start to become edgy, you know, like it's not gonna be comfortable for you. Consider, you know, what works for you instead of just going according to one rule and just doing it blindly regardless what happens. This is my take on this no-fap movement. If some guys can go on a no-fap for like 2 years and not bang and they're completely fine, that's okay, that's good for them. But this rule does not apply to everybody. Your genetics are different from other person's genetics, and your testosterone levels are different from someone else's. If you're like me, you have high testosterone levels and high sex drive, and someone comes and tells you, hey, no fap, it's gonna be problematic for you. And sometimes to just keep yourself safe, sometimes you actually need to help yourself out, whatever frequency you need or whatever you need to do. So this is my take on it. Nothing is black and white. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about that? I'm really curious to hear your answers. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. And if you're new here, consider subscribing, hitting the bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a new video. And don't forget to check out my previous videos. Anyways, I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye-bye.